Welcome back to the channel. Nnamdi Kanu has spoken, not with his mouth, but with his silence. They have tortured him, they have isolated him, but he refused to break. And now, inside the SS custody, a dangerous game is unfolding. A game that could shape the future of Biafra and the survival of Nigeria itself. He is not just a man anymore. He is a movement, a storm, a silent but powerful resistance. The Nigerian government thought if they arrested him, the agitation would stop, but instead it grew louder. And now, while they keep him in a small dark room, the voice of freedom continues to shake the foundation of a failing country. If you believe Nnamdi Kanu deserves justice, hit the like button now and comment #justice for Nnamdi Kanu. Let YouTube know we are not sleeping, because what is happening is not just political, it is historical, it is spiritual, and if you blink, you may miss the moment when everything changes. Who is Nnamdi Kanu really? Before the name Nnamdi Kanu became a movement, he was just a young man with a voice and a dream that his people, the Igbo people, would no longer be treated like second-class citizens in a country they helped build. He didn't pick up guns, he picked up microphone from Radio Biafra in London. He began speaking truth to power. He questioned why the Southeast, the land of the rising sun, was always in the shadow of the North. He asked why the blood of Biafran heroes was forgotten. And with each broadcast, more people woke up. This is not just about Kanu. They said it is about us. And that is why the Nigerian government came after him. They call him a threat. They label him a terrorist. But what was his real crime? He demanded a referendum. He said the people of Biafra should be allowed to vote to decide their future. That is not terrorism. That is democracy. But in a country where truth is dangerous, Kanu became their #1 enemy. Kidnap, torture, and silence. In June 2021, something illegal, brutal, and shameful happened. Nnamdi Kanu was kidnapped in Kenya. Yes, kidnapped, not arrested. No legal process, no official warrants. He was dragged into a private jet, blindfolded, and flown back to Nigeria against every international law. And since that day, he had been locked in the SS custody, treated worse than a criminal. No sunlight, no fresh air, no access to proper medical care. His lawyers were blocked. His family was kept in the dark. Even his prayer materials were seized. This is not justice. This is torture. But even in that condition, Kanu refused to break. He refused to beg. He said something that sent shivers down the spine of every cowardly politician. I will never trade my soul for freedom. If it costs me my life, so be it. That is why he remains locked up. Not because of any court case, but because of fear. The system fears what he represents: courage. The media blackout. You won't see this on NTA, Channel TV. You won't give it headlines. The truth is buried, cover, hiding. Why? Because the government controls the narrative. Because the media fears losing their license. Because the North fears losing control. Kanu's court updates are often ignored. His victories in court, like when the appeal court declare his arrest illegal, are swept under the carpet. The mainstream media is too afraid to speak. But here on this platform, we will say it. Nnamdi Kanu has been denied his basic human rights. His legal rights are being ignored. And this silence is not just injustice, it is war against the truth. Igbo leaders have failed. Where are the Igbo leaders? Where is the voice of the governors, the senators, the ministers? They go to Abuja, they smile, they collect contracts, but they forgot the man who risked his life for their people. Many of them are quiet because they fear the North. Others are jealous. They see Kanu's influence and hate it. They want to be the only ones in power. But leadership is not about title. It is about courage. When your brother is in chains and you remain silent, you are part of the shame. The people are watching. The youths are angry. And history will remember every betrayer. DSS, the new symbol of oppression. The Department of State Service is meant to protect the country. But today, the DSS has become a tool of oppression. Nnamdi Kanu's cell is not a prison, it is a doggone. His health is failing. He's developed heart conditions. He lost weight. But medical experts have been denied access. Even when a court order, he should be moved to hospital. The DSS refuse. Is this justice or is this an execution happening slowly behind closed door? This is how dictatorships operate. This is how injustice become normalized. And if they can do this to Kanu with the whole world watching, what about the ordinary Igbo supporter in the village? Think about that. Nigeria is running out of time. The government thinks they are winning. They think if they delay long enough, people will forget. But the truth is, the longer Kanu stay in jail, the more powerful his message becomes. Because this is not 1967. This is the era of the internet. The world is watching. Youth are rising. Communities are organizing. Voices are getting louder. Biafra is not dead. It is awake. And Nnamdi Kanu has become a seed, buried and growing. If Nigeria refuses to do the right thing soon, they may face a crisis that no army, no propaganda, and no election can control. The mind game. This battle is no longer physical, it is mental. The government is using silence as a weapon. They are trying to exhaust Biafrans, make them give up hope. But Kanu's silence is not weakness, it is strategy. Every court date, it is a reminder. Every protest, it is a signal. And his voice still echoes in the hearts of millions. You can cage the man, but you cannot cage the idea. The international community is watching. Yes, they have been silent too, but pressure is growing. The United Nations have condemned his illegal detention. Amnesty International is tracking the abuse. Diaspora Biafrans are protesting across Europe, America, and Canada. Soon, the Nigerian government will face embarrassment they can't ignore. The question is, will they act before it is too late? This fight is not just for Kanu. This is not about one man. This is about every Igbo person who has been treated as a second-class citizen. It is about the youth killed during EndSARS. It is about the villages born in Ebonyi and Enugu. It is about the silence after every attack by Fulani S-men. Kanu stood up for all of them, Now, it is time to stand up for him. If not now, when? If not us, who? The North fears Nnamdi Kanu. Let's stop pretending. Let's call it what it is. The Northern political allies are not just detaining Nnamdi Kanu because of legal charges. No, they fear what he represents, a threat to the status quo, a man who cannot be bribed, who cannot be silenced, and who is waking up an entire generation of Igbos to question Nigeria's structure. Let's break it down clearly. Kanu speak what others are afraid to say. He exposes the hypocrisy in one Nigeria. He dares to speak against North dominance, and for decades this dominance has been protected by fear, division, and silence. Kanu destroy that silence. When he speaks, millions listen. When he moves, the ground shakes. And even from detention, he continues to control the narrative in the southeast. That is why they panic. That is why they use propaganda to label IPOB as terrorists. That is why they have tried to bribe, threaten, and even assassinate his image. But the truth is unshakable. The North fears Kanu because they know what is coming. They know if a referendum ever happens, Nigeria will never be the same again. They know if Biafra is free, their power shrinks overnight, and they know they cannot stop him forever. That is why they must keep him inside DSS, because his freedom means the end of their monopoly. DSS is not holding Kanu, they are studying him. Let's go deeper into the game being played behind the walls of DSS. Nnamdi Kanu is not just being detained, he is being monitored, observed, and studied like a political threat. Why? Because they know he is not an ordinary prisoner, he is a movement. Inside the SS custody, there are reports of deliberate physiological torture, intensive surveillance during lawyer visit, denial of medical care, as pressure tactics, hiding microphone in his room. This is not detention, it is called calculated warfare. They are trying to understand how he maintained influence even in isolation. They are hoping to break him mentally without shedding blood, because they know if they kill him, he become a martyr. If they release him, he become unstoppable. So the best move: prolong his suffering, delay justice, drag the case. That is the DSS strategy, to wear down the movement by keeping the leader in limbo. Not verdict, no closure, just endless silence. But here is the truth they don't understand: you cannot silence a soul that is already free. Kanu's body is in chains, but his voice is in every Biafran heart. Nnamdi Kanu's influence is bigger than ever, even in detention. This is the part the Nigerian government didn't plan for. They thought arresting Kanu would kill the Biafran struggle, but it didn't. It multiplied it. Today, from prison, Nnamdi Kanu is more influential than ever. His court appearances draw global attention. His silence speaks louder than Tinubu's entire media team. IPOB has grown in size, strategy, solidarity. Diaspora Biafrans are organizing powerful protests. Young Nigeria are quoting Kanu in their conversation. His past speeches have become viral TikToks and WhatsApp status videos. And inside Nigeria, many Igbo now openly say, we were sleeping, but Kanu woke us up. Even among Yoruba and Middle Belt communities, more people now question Nigeria's unity. They may not support Biafra fully, but they say this man is not a terrorist, he is a truth teller. Even Some in the north are beginning to ask if Kanu is locked up, why are bandits walking free? Who is the real threat to Nigeria's peace? This is the danger the government underestimated. The more they try to bury Kanu, the more he grows. Kanu has already succeeded because he has transferred the fire into the heart of millions. Whether or not he walk free, next trial date, October or next year, his mission is in motion. A new generation of Biafrans is rising, and they are watching, they are learning, they are organizing. And just like the old saying goes, you can kill the revolutionary, but you cannot kill the revolution. So, to everyone watching, this is not the time for silence. This is not the time to say it is politics. This is the time to raise your voice louder than ever. Nnamdi Kanu may be behind bars, but you are free to speak. You are free to act. You are free to make the world listen. Drop your comment now. Hashtag free Nnamdi Kanu now. Share this video to at least 5 people on WhatsApp, Facebook, Instagram. Let your voice count. Let your silence not become your shame. We don't know how long this battle will last, but one thing is sure, we will not back down. Not today, not tomorrow, not ever.